GameStop is officially 120% cooked, folks. I thought I was going to stop this series at 110%, but looks like we're inching our way up towards even 200% at this point. So if you guys haven't heard the news already, apparently GameStop are raising their prices from MSRP to upwards of 33% over MSRP. Now, obviously, people are not so happy about this change, and I can't really blame them. But in all honesty, in the trajectory that GameStop was heading towards, this isn't really a foregone conclusion. I was kind of expecting this to happen sooner or later, so that's why you're not really seeing a surprised face on me. I lost my surprised face a long time ago after witnessing time and time again the most craziest shit in this hobby. Now I just expect the unexpected. But anyway, let's go to the article presented by none other than PokeBeach. Now, they got themselves into a little bit of hot water like a week ago when they posted this article saying that the new black and white set is going to be supposedly scarce and there's going to be severe shortages. So people kind of took that and assumed that they were suggesting that it was going to be short printed. To be honest, I can't really blame people for thinking that either. The way the article was worded and just the overall, the nature of the article itself was super unnecessary, and it prompted a lot of people to kind of get the wrong idea. But regardless, PokeBeach is still a very respected and phenomenal source of information. And that's exactly why they got themselves into the little drama a week ago, is because people take whatever they say as God's freaking word. That's how freaking powerful PokeBeach was, and that's why a lot of people had a problem with the way they kind of presented the whole article. But regardless, enough of me yapping about. I have a tendency to do that. Let's look at the GameStop article that says GameStop to sell Destined rival products up to 33% above MSRP, taking some tips from Team Rocket itself. Okay, that's kind of funny. GameStop is continuing to sell the new Pokemon TCG products above TPCI suggested retail price. Fancy way of saying just MSRP, bro. Just freaking say MSRP. You don't have to say, retail suggested retail price. I don't give a shit, bro. Just say MSRP. Trying to act all bougie, I see. But this is the price breakdown and all the things that they are changing. Number one, we got the booster packs. MSRP is $4.49. I remember the good old days when it was only $4. Shit. Great times. Great times. We got the booster bundles right here, $26.94. I'll be honest, I'm a really big hater when they freaking do 94 cents. Just do 99 cents. Holy shit. This pisses me off. It triggers my OCD for some reason. Like, come on, just do a 99 cents, man. Why do you gotta do an, I'm giving you a good deal. Instead of doing 99 cents, I'm giving you freaking 4 cents off. Not 5 cents off. I had to do a little quick math there. Frickin' pisses me off. Jesus Christ. But the overall biggest one, in my opinion, is obviously the booster boxes. $161 is the MSRP. Of course, they got to do the 64 cents. Why do they keep on doing this? Why do they got to trigger me? Why is this happening? Why have you done this? And then the GameStop new price is $200. Now, first off, one thing that I kind of want to talk about is why people have an issue with this. Now, obviously, LGSs, LCSs go a similar route. Normally, they don't sell products for MSRP. They sell it at market price. Now, why do people give LCSs, LGSs a pass, but not good old GameStop? Well, to put it in simple terms, it's simply because GameStop is a massive corporation and just a big business. And whenever there is a big corporation, they are expected to sell a certain good or service at a significantly lower price than other competitors. And that's exactly how they became a big corporation in the first place. It's not because they were selling stuff more than other competitors. Absolutely not. They were selling at a significantly lower price than other places, prompting more people to go to them first. Because of this decision, this is going to dramatically reduce the foot traffic to their store and people willing to buy it from them. Do I think everybody is going to boycott them suddenly? Absolutely freaking not. People are still going to buy this shit. People are still going to overpay. And technically, even with the new prices, GameStop still has a lower price than all these other game stores. But regardless of how I think about the situation, people are still going to buy it. So it doesn't really matter what I think about this. Yes, I don't think GameStop should raise their prices. I believe and hold them personally at a higher regard than a simple LGS, LCS, because they are, at the end of the day, a corporation. They have hundreds of stores around the country, so obviously I expect them to be better than this one store that is run by a 60-year-old man who barely can afford to pay his bills. I still think, though, that this whole decision is a negative one. I think it will disincentivize a lot of people from going to GameStop. Now, depending on the prices that these other smaller stores are selling at, people will much rather support them than going to a corporation that sells a product at the same exact price. Obviously, you would want to support a smaller business. That's just, that's how socialism works, the power of many. All in all, I think this is a stupid move by GameStop. Expected, but still stupid regardless. I'm also a little bit confused of how GameStop even got to this point, because I'm under the assumption that GameStop actually has a lot better distributors than other smaller stores. Same thing with Best Buy and Target and Walmart. They all have higher distribution and get products for a significantly lower price. There are different levels of distributors. You have, the distros that work with these, LGSs, LCSs, and to be honest, they've been effing them. You're not gonna get freaking products at MSRP most of the time. I've seen a lot of these stores report that they get these boxes for $220. For example, the Destined Rivals booster box. They got that for $220. And they're forced to sell it at probably a $10, $20 profit. Then you have these retailers that either get their product from big distributors that can afford selling the products at either MSRP or below, or they're getting them from the actual source, Pokemon in this case. For GameStop, I'm under the presumption that they have pretty good access for products, but maybe they don't. Maybe that's exactly why they decided to make this decision. Maybe they're getting absolutely freaking effed with the amount they're getting allocated. But regardless, I still think the prices are really, really bad. And I just expect more from a company and corporation such as GameStop. I just can't see how a local game store has a similar price to a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That just does not make sense to me, and I refuse to believe that they're just getting really, really bad allocations, in my personal opinion. Maybe they are. In that case, I can understand the decision a little bit more, but that is yet to be seen. My gut is just telling me otherwise. But if there is any GameStop employee, hey, please tell me the info that you got. Are you guys struggling? Can you not get any products from your distro? Like, what's going on here? This is just a very weird move, and I would love to know more about it. But anyway, that's pretty much about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later, weebs. せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化する